with it, you know what you trying to do. Cause I'm open to it. I know that you missing, but you gon' get through it.
It is a chilly night here in the northeastern U.S., but we've got some football to keep us warm at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Baltimore Ravens. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
A 3-yard.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
On the play, and it's third down.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. They find some open field here. 30, the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens have taken the early lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Patriots nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Damiere Byrd returning it. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Switch up. 48 front, 48 front. Watch the screen.
They'll run with the former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
At the 38-yard line.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check tight, check tight, check tight. Watch the twist, watch the twist. Great.
Out of the gun, Newton. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time. And it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Hey. You got 3. 8. Check. Nate! Under 10. 10. 8.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Now a 2nd down and 6. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Yards to go.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. He may try and run for this. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's a give to Dobbins. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Dobbins.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
From the 36, Jackson. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Folk connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
The line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Jackson, draw play to Dobbins. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Patriots' 41-yard line.
7-7, our score after 1.
The score tied 7-7.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson, and off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're...
And he's into the clear. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Patriots 14, Ravens 10.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
And it's 3rd down.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And now Edelman. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Patriots take over.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go. Here we go. Back, back, back.
Now the second active leading rusher in the NFL, it's Adrian Peterson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Newton. The pass complete. It's Bird. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
We got this.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And now the Pats' leading rusher the past 2 seasons, it's Sony Michel. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
20. Greg.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Gun.
From the gun, here's Newton. And he'll have his man, that's Edelman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
That's good.
That one good for 13 and a New England first down. And finding Edelman underneath, that's a recipe for success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver, and Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside what one of my college coaches used to call the briar patch. Got to go in there where it's tough and make those tough catches. And not only can he do it, he can often run away from people after the catch.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Going deep here for Edelman. He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd and a yard, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Raven first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Jackson. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Forced out to his left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Check 52's the line. Check 52's the line. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Operating from the gun. Newton. Throw caught here by Bird. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
20.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Matt Lacoste there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Gun. 52. Get that quarterback, D-line. Press. Quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
To throw again. Newton, flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Check. First down. 8. Check. Lucky. Gun. He's 8. He's coming. Double up. Check nickel. 20. Check safety.
Again, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Bird now ready to return it. Oh, good return up past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Tackle made by Tyus Bowser.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a give to White. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Ready? 180. Mike 52.
On 3rd down, Michelle. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. He'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Now a man in his 2nd season in purple and black, it's Mark Ingram. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
2nd and 6.
Second and 6. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
3rd down.
The gun, Jackson. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by the All-Pro, Stephon Gilmore. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. 1st down, here's White. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack. But I love his suddenness. The ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone and into the offensive backfield. He's a heck of a player.
And they're a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. Has bred this big defensive tackle.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On second down, a run with Dobbins. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Now third down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
And it's third down.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
8 yards.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Another run here with Dobbins. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Third down, here's Dobbins. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
And the Raven first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Back now in Foxborough.
14.
It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dietrich Wise Jr. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Third down.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Edelman set to return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 20-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They start to drive with White, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
He was brought down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Check three.
On second down and 4, Newton to Michelle on the screen. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll lead here to a third down.
Check back. Check 13. Check 13. 20. 52 is the mark, boys. 52.
Operating from the gun, Newton. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 21 yards there on third down.
First and 10.
Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Shell, the ball carrier.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
It's a gain of...
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. New England on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Newton. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. On first down, Dobbins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Second and 11. At the 40.
Escaping the pressure right. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 22 yards there, a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Back to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd
flush to his right. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end and went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7.
Here's Jackson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Intercepted. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Patriots, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Baltimore,